Yesterday morning at 2:41 a.m. at General Eisenhower's headquarters, General Jodl, the representative of the German High Command, and of Grand Admiral Dönitz, the designated head of the German state, signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea, and air forces in Europe to the Allied Expeditionary Force.
The 8th of May was Victory in Europe Day at home in Britain, and all the squadrons were stood down and everyone was having a party here, there and everywhere.
We may allow ourselves a brief period of rejoicing.
Tomorrow, he says, you're off to Norway. He said something about liberation.
But let us not forget for a moment the toils and efforts that lie ahead.
So he said, I said, what time is takeoff? Please yourself, he said, just get airborne. You'll find a gang of 1st Airborne waiting for you, and take them to Gardermoen airfield. I hadn't given the matter a great deal of thought, but I realised we were landing on an airfield that the day before would have been in German occupation. So I was a bit cautious and said to my crew, be on the alert.
Myself that he could see the airfield and he'd be coming in to do a normal landing, and probably a cloud came across, cut off his visibility for a while, and when the cloud lifted he realised he was overshooting the runway. So what he would do, he'd push his throttles forward full boost to go up and to go around and come back and do another landing. And I think one of the engines might have failed. So it explains why the flames were coming out of one, and of course he hadn't got enough lift and he crashed into the ground. So it's very tragic, this trip with the LK-147, because that could have happened to us, and I wouldn't be here talking to you then, would I? You know, so it wasn't any particular person or crew, it was just law of nature or luck, if you like to put it, or fate. And this is what happened. And I noted this time, for the first time, that they actually went to their death on the Ascension Day. I couldn't believe that, because you must have picked that up, whereas I didn't realise. So they went up with Jesus to the right place, as far as I'm concerned. You know, so, although I do think Doomsday was a very bad thing to call the operation, but because it's supposed to be Doomsday for the Germans, not for the English or British. Anyhow, that's another thing. But I've really enjoyed this trip to reminisce and think about these things, which are 65 years, well, 67 years is a long, long time to think about these things. And so consequently, it's brought it all to the surface, and with your organisation and everything like that, it's made a very memorable trip. And we all of us, of course, remembered about it. And although we've been a cheerful lot, we've still got this thing in the mind about the brothers who have died in this terrible accident. And where we are.